Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Cutler. I'd like to spend a few minutes talking to you about evaluation and management, billing, coding, and documentation. Before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Dr. Cutler. I'm a chiropractor. I'm also certified in CPT coding, and I'm a certified professional compliance officer. The topic I'm going to talk about today is E&M coding, specifically the history, or some of you may call it the consultation portion of the initial visit with a patient. The first thing that you need to document in your notes is a chief complaint. A chief complaint is a concise statement describing the symptom, the condition, the reason why the patient is coming in to see you. Now, I know there are some instances where a patient could come in without complaints, but we're not going to focus on that today. That's more of a wellness visit. We'll talk about that at a future presentation. So, patient comes in, typical patient, back pain, neck pain, headaches. So please write down at least one chief complaint in your notes. The next item is the history of present illness, or in chiropractic college, you may have been taught that as the OPQRST. Now, a little bit about coding. There are 5 new patient codes. The mid-level code is 99203. It's the most commonly billed new patient CPT code, and that requires 4 HPIs. So a few examples of HPIs is the following. Patient says that the pain is localized to the neck. There's no pain radiating into the arms. Rates the pain scale a 7. These are all examples of HPIs. Patient states that the pain prevents sleeping. Heat makes it feel better. Waking up in the morning, it feels stiff and worse. Has never been to a chiropractor before. So those are all items of examples of HPI. Next is ROS review of system. 99203 requires a minimum of 2 systems be reviewed all the way up to 9 systems. There are many systems in the body. I think there are about 14 according to the E&M guidelines, evaluation and management guidelines. So you may have a form that the patient fills out that's very common in the chiropractic profession where a patient fills out a review of system form. But doctors, remember, if you're going to want to justify that you did a system review, which is required for this code, jot down your findings on the form. For example, reviewed form with patient, sign it, date it. That's your confirmation that you reviewed and went over the systems with the patient. You could also jot it down in your history. For example, this would be acceptable. Patient denies any past or present cardiac, respiratory, GI, GU problems. That's an example of how you can cover 4 systems just in one sentence. So make sure to cover the systems being reviewed. Next portion of the history for billing purposes is the past history, family history, social history. Even if it's not billing, actually, even for a cash patient, these are the basic items that you should be documenting on the patient's first visit to your office. So back to CPT code 99203, that requires only one item from the past history, family history, social history. That's what PFSH, FSH stand for. So an example of a past history would be patient states that he's never had any trauma to the spine. Patient states that she's never had any surgeries to the spine area. Um, Family history, patient may state that there's a family history of osteoporosis. Social history, patient doesn't smoke cigarettes, patient drinks alcohol socially on the weekends, patient exercises 1 time per week. So those are examples of the PFSH. And now here's a summary chart for all 5 new patient CPT codes. You'll see there's a big jump when you go to 99204 and 205, those comprehensive levels. Those require 10 systems be reviewed. That's the big difference. So there's a little crash course on the history portion of the E&M service that you provide. And on a future presentation, we'll talk about the other two key components. There are three key components when it comes to new patient coding. The first one we just went through, which was the history. Next, we'll discuss at a future presentation the exam portion. And then the third key component and required level is the decision-making process. So just a few closing comments. Make sure to check with all the carriers you bill prior to submitting claims based on this information. We can't guarantee that this information will guarantee guarantee payment from an insurance company or a patient. And here we have a few products that we offer. These are educational videos on many topics: new patient processing and insurance verification, cash plans and financial arrangements, the 1500 form and ICD-10 diagnosis pointing, modifiers, how to scrub EOBs and appeal denials, the Medicare ABN form, PQRS for chiropractic, chiropractic treatment plans, SOAP notes, therapeutic procedures and modalities as it relates specifically to chiropractic, Medicare billing coding and documentation, how to manage care, DME, integrated practices. We also do seminars throughout the country, and we've recorded the seminar and it is available for purchase. Target Coding also offers memberships so you can stay supported and get educated, doctors and staff members, throughout the year. We also offer a Smart Choice program, which is an analysis of your practice. Make sure you have all your HIPAA forms in place, your insurance verification forms, financial policies, EOBs, billing, coding, documentation. As I said, we do seminars throughout the country. Please check our website, get on our e-newsletter list, and we also offer free coding and compliance evaluation. So I want to thank everybody for attending this presentation. Take care. Bye-bye.